In 1937, a man interviewed over 500 of the richest people in America. He wanted to find one thing, the one thing every single one of them had in common. It wasn't luck, it wasn't talent, it wasn't even a good idea. It was something almost embarrassingly simple, and most people never use it. Not because they can't, but because they don't know it has a method. Let me tell you about a man who had nothing. No money, no education, no connections. He wanted to work with Thomas Edison. Not for a company like Edison's, with Edison as a partner. So, he showed up at Edison's laboratory. No appointment, no resume worth mentioning, just a decision. Edison could have thrown him out. Instead, he gave him a job sweeping floors. Most people would call that the end of the story. A guy with a big dream, humbled down to a broom. But this man didn't see it that way. He wasn't sweeping floors. He was standing inside the building where his future was going to happen. Years passed. He stayed. He watched. He waited for the opening that would let him to prove himself. And then it came. A new invention nobody at Edison's company believed it enough to sell. He took it. He sold it. And he became Edison's business partner. The only one Edison ever had. His name was Edwin Barnes. And the lesson isn't dream big. The lesson is he never once thought about a plan B. Here's the uncomfortable part. Almost everyone wants something. You want a better career. You want to build something that matters. You want more freedom over your time. But wanting is cheap. Wanting costs nothing, which is exactly why it produces nothing. There's a difference between a wish and what the book calls a burning desire. A desire so specific, so definite, that it stops being a feeling and starts being a decision. A wish says, I'd like to be successful someday. A burning desire says, I will make my channel financially sustainable within 18 months. And is exactly what I will sacrifice to do it. One of those has a deadline. One of those has a price attached. Only one of those changes behavior. So, how do you turn a vague want into that kind of desire? The book lays out a method, not motivation, a method. 1. Get specific. Not, I want to be rich. An exact number, an exact date. 2. Know the price. Every goal has a cost. Time, comfort, money. Decide upfront what you are willing to give. 3. Set a deadline. A goal without a date is just a daydream with good PR. 4. Make a plan and start now. Even if the plan is incomplete, ready or not. 5. Write it down. One sentence, clear enough that a stranger could understand exactly what you are aiming for. 6. Read it twice a day. Once when you wake up, once before you sleep. Until it's not something you remember. It's something you are. None of these steps are clever. That's the point. This isn't a hack. It's a discipline. Closer to training a muscle than having an idea. Here's what the book warns you about. Almost like a red flag on the road ahead. The moment you commit to a real, burning desire, the world will test you. Not once, repeatedly, quietly, through boredom, self-doubt, slow progress, and other people's opinion. Most people quit right before the line turns upward. Not because they were wrong to try, but because persistence looks, from the inside, exactly like failure. There's no visual difference between about to give up and one step from breaking through. The people who make it aren't the most talented. They are the ones who decided, in advice, that quitting wasn't the option. They'd allow themselves. Edwin Barnes didn't get lucky. He made a decision so specific, so non-negotiable, that his only two options were succeed or keep going until he did. That's really what this chapter is about. Not positive thinking, not manifesting. A decision made once with enough clarity that it survives every bad day that follows it. So, there's the only question that matters. What's the one thing you want badly enough that quitting isn't one of the list of options? Write it down, read it twice a day, and don't leave yourself a way out.